If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be sharing the 10 books that I want to read before the end of the year. The first one is What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. This book is categorized as historical fiction and historical fantasy. The story is set in 19th century Buenos Aires, and we're following main character Inez. Inez has just lost both of her parents and inherited a massive fortune. Along with her newfound wealth, she's also inherited a mysterious guardian, an Egyptian archaeologist. Inez journeys to Cairo, desperate for closure, and she carries with her sketchbooks as well as a ring that her father entrusted her with before he died. But when she arrives in Egypt, the old world magic that is tethered to the ring begins to draw her into an unexpected adventure. She'll soon discover that her parents' disappearance is more than her guardian has led her to believe. Ancient Egypt has been one of my favorite historical periods to learn about, and I've heard that this book has similar vibes to movies like Indiana Jones and The Mummy, so I can't wait to get into it. Since we're coming up on the anniversary of the tragic death of President Kennedy, I thought it was a good time to pick up 11/22/63 by Stephen King. Judging by the number of copies that are checked out at my library, I have to assume that I'm not the only one who planned to read it at this time of the year. I've heard that this book has elements of mystery, sci-fi, time travel, and a little bit of romance, so I'm looking forward to giving it a read. Next, I have one of my anticipated releases for the year. That is What We Kept to Ourselves by Nancy June Kim. I had my husband try to guess the real titles of books, and he guessed that this one was How to Peel an Orange. I've since learned that this is not actually an orange, it's a loquat. So there you go. This book is told using dual perspectives. We have different timelines at play, and it has themes of finding home, migration, and dreaming in America. I have a couple of series that I'd like to progress in before the end of the year. If I can't manage to finish these two before the end of the year, that'll put me in a good spot for continuing in the realm of the Elderlings next year. And I currently am reading book 2, Mad Ship. I would love to get to book 3, Ship of Destiny, before year's end, but we'll see how it goes. If I do finish the Live Ship Traders, then the next series that I plan to start is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, and that begins with The Final Empire. And this cover just gives me winter and snowy vibes, so I've kind of been saving it up for this time of year, and it would be really fun to start this new series in December if I can. The last 4 books on my TBR have either wintry or Christmas vibes, and so I've been really saving them up till December. The first is A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This is the Puffin and Bloom edition, which uses art by Anna Rifle-Bond. It also has interior illustrations by Marjorie Gill. I grew up watching both movie adaptations of this book, including the old black and white version with Shirley Temple, as well as the 1995 film starring Liesl Matthews. I don't recall ever reading the original book though. I've heard some mixed reviews on this one, but it is a children's classic, it's under 300 pages, and I think it's just the perfect one to pick up around Christmas time. Next, I have another cover with very wintry vibes, and that is Dubliners by James Joyce. This is the Penguin Deluxe Classics Centennial Edition, and the whimsical yet dramatic art is by Roman Muradov. If you can't guess from the title, this is a short story collection set in Dublin, Ireland that I may or may not have read in school, but this edition was just irresistible, and I'm looking forward to reading it with fresh eyes. The next wintry/Christmas cover is The White Hare by Jane Johnson. We've got some lovely gold foil with pine tree boughs, this photo manipulated artwork of a cozy little cottage by the sea. Jane Johnson has been the editor for many of my favorite fantasy authors, and when I heard that she had written several books herself, this was one that I gravitated toward. From what I can tell, this is a historical fiction with magical realism elements, and we're following 3 generations of women, a grandmother, a mother, and a granddaughter who have recently moved into a house by the sea with the intent to restore it to become an inn. But as they settle into their new home, they realize that they'll not only have to deal with the brokenness in their own past, but also some of the ghosts that might be haunting the area around the inn. The last of the 10 that I would like to read before the end of the year is definitely not the least in pages, and that is War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. When I was doing my series of videos reading Anna Karenina, one of you commented that you hoped that I would continue on and read War and Peace, and I was just waiting for the right time of the year. I know this is going to be sad and dramatic, but it also has some opulent party scenes and Russian winters. I think this is the perfect time of the year to at least get this one started. So that's my ambitious end of the year TBR. I think this is going to be a good pile of possibilities to choose from, and there's a lot of different genres and moods in this stack, so we'll see how it goes. Do you have any books that you're hoping to get to before the end of the year? I think it would be really fun to buddy read one of these with you. I'm still thinking through what kind of Vlogmas content I want to make in December, and so knowing if you have any interests in this pile that I just shared with you will help me plan some of the vlog style content for next month. I hope as we're approaching the end of year that you're reflecting on what has taken place with thankfulness, and you're looking forward to everything that is new and fresh with no mistakes in it in the new year. And I hope that you have a wonderful time celebrating, whether it's with family, with friends, or just with a cup of tea and a good book. Stay cozy, and I will see you in another video soon.